Hey, I want to thank you for joining us here on Polk Place. I'm Brian Lacey, and from the Polk Historical and Genealogical Library, you know who that is. It's Shannon Graham. Yeah, she's here to see us, talk to us a little bit about what's going on. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm getting older.
Aren't we all?
Aren't we? Yeah. So you know, how's the upgrade going on the facilities? I kind of walked by there on my way to the on the way to the post office, and I saw it would be on the West Wing facilities had the scaffolding up. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've had a lot of changes to the History Center, a lot of noises, but it's going really well, and it's really cool to see. So the way that it's going to work is that we have a couple of different phases, and so each phase deals with a different side of the building. So they're starting on the West Wing, which is why you're seeing the scaffolding on that side of the building, and they're taking out the windows. So we get to see our windows being rolled out of the building. But it's cool though, because you get to see kind of the interior of the windows and see how they're going to restore them. So it's been really cool to see, like in tandem with our work as preservationists, you know, we get to see those things in real time, which has been a real treat. So
we were talking earlier, when I get into work, I just really don't think about it to see what color the dome is. But Jamie was telling me she was going to make it different colors, you know, make it like, you know, some sort of disco lights going up. But I've yet to see that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a rave. There we go.
Yeah, after hours. That's what we do.
Gives new meaning to partying in the dome.
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah, that was the main point of the upgrade was the rave after.
So I'm like over here like Scooby-Doo and taking a, really?
Yeah, Bartow, 8 p.m., y'all.
So, you know, the word is that for the year, the speaker series is going to end. Why don't you, I thought this was every other month.
No. So we actually run it from January to October.
Yeah.
Kind of gives everyone time to be with their family November, December.
Yeah.
And so we can focus on some of our bigger programming like Selfies of Santa and Festival of Wreaths and things like that. So yeah, the program this year has been great. We've had a great turnout. The record is 62 participants, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
So we've been trending upward, which has been really great. So October is our final speaker series. It's going to happen on October 26th at 10 a.m. It will be just virtual this time. So because of the renovations, we're kind of having to shift things around. And so for the sake of, you know, logistics, we've decided that virtual only is the best way to go. So.
And the word on the street is this speaker has something to do with something that's going on during the holiday, something Halloweenish.
Yes. So the title of the series is Make Those Skeletons Dance.
Yeah.
You know, it goes along with our rave at the lights.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
So she's going to be talking about finding kind of the darker side of your family history. So a lot of times we think the best of our relatives, but it's interesting too to discover those stories that are kind of lesser known. So she's going to talk about the best ways to do that, kind of parsing out family lore from family fact. So we're really excited to have her.
When it comes to my family, I am both the black Jeep and the black sheep of the family.
Well, then you should come.
Yeah.
A living example of what we're talking about.
I was taught a long time ago, if you can't serve as a good example, at least be a bad warning. And well, I've lived that way.
Your life's motto there?
Yeah, well, you know.
Well, in 50 years, they'll be talking about you, you know. You'll be the example in the speaker series.
Will be. So, who's the speaker on the series, and how's that going to go about?
So her name is Lisa, Lisa Alzo. So she's coming from, she's not from Florida, so we're excited. And that's the other thing about this series that I love so much is that we've kind of had a broad range of speakers from all over. Yeah. And so it's been a real treat to have all these different speakers. And then it's fun for them too, because they get to kind of specialize their presentations around certain like Floridian aspects, which is fun to talk about the resources. So yeah, it'll be great. So in order to register for the speaker series, people just need to email me. My email is shannongraham@polk-county.net. or give me a ring at 863-534-4604, and then I'll just send them that Zoom link, and then on the 26th at 10 a.m. they just click that link, and they'll be put into the presentation. So.
I was thinking back to previous ones. Didn't we have a sports theme one?
Yes, yeah.
I remember that one.
In the spring, we had oral histories, and she talked about a basketball team that she thought didn't exist.
Yeah.
But the team did.
Yep.
So it was really great to have that one. She was so good. So we've had a broad range of topics. We've had, the basketball. We've had land records. We had, and in September, we're doing Introduction to Mexican Genealogy, which is going to be this Saturday.
Yeah.
So I think for me, really the focus has been trying to diversify as much as possible, just so we're reaching a broad range of audiences, and it's been successful. So hopefully going into 2025, we can kind of continue that trend of success.
You had mentioned 62 was the magic number of the most people that you've had. Is that all Zoom? Is that combination of Zoom?
That was, it's.
And then talk to me a little bit about how the transition has gone from COVID to this, because prior to COVID, it was always within the building. So talk about that transition where you've kind of had to do that, then hybrided it, and now you're back to it a little bit.
Yeah, so following COVID, when I took over the series, it was hybrid. And like I said before, the hybrid model really works well, just because we can reach so many people. So having it in the History Center is great because you kind of get that experience. The library is right there. You can go research. But doing the hybrid really kind of opens up the community and is very accessible to a lot of our patrons. And I prefer it that way. That way I can talk to people in person and then over Zoom. And so now that we're kind of transitioning to virtual only, while that's temporary, we're going to see how that goes. So hopefully by the time January comes around, the windows will have shifted to a different side of the building than where we normally host it. So I'm hoping going into January, we're going to switch it back to hybrid, just so people who are interested in coming in person in the library and researching can have that opportunity. And the library is open. So the library is still open while we're doing this window restoration, but it's just easier for the speaker series. Our hosting site is not open. So
as we transition out of the speaker series, let's talk briefly on some of the things that folks can do other than the speaker series, some of the services that you guys have available that they can come check out.
Yeah, so the library is always open from Tuesday to Saturday, 9 to 5. We offer some digital resources like Ancestry, Family Search, which are huge databases that you can access that allow you, vital records, family trees, things like that. So we offer those services. We also offer kind of primary source materials, so like newspaper records, city directories. We have a whole grouping of like family files, which are individual families that have compiled resources. So you can look and see if your individual family has a file from previous research. We had the same thing with subject files, so themes instead of individual families. And all of those things are accessible to the public. Y'all just have to ask, and we pull it for you. So, and then of course we do offer customer service experience. So if you're new to genealogy and you're not really sure where to get started, we're happy to help. So
it's a great place to spend a Saturday, right?
Yeah, it is. It's
somebody
calm.
Sitting home watching football and you don't want to do that? Take a trip down to the
research.
History Center and come to the second floor.
Yeah.
Say, Shannon,
help me.
All right, so we will see you probably November to talk about January. What do you think?
Yeah.
Does that work for you?
Yeah.
And will you have a speaker series by then?
Well,
the new one set up?
I will be now.
Or will you be winging it?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both. Always good to see you. Come back soon,
Thank
all right?
you. I will.
All right. The Polk Historical and Genealogical Library is a non-circulatory Polk County library, meaning visitors can utilize books on the shelves, but they cannot be checked out, and they cannot leave the building. Located at 100 East Main Street in Bartow, the History Center is open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday. For more information about exhibits, events, and anything else going on, check them out on the web, polkhistorycenter.org. Give them a call, 863-534-4604. If you enjoyed that episode of Polk Place, I invite you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and even check out the next one.